At this point, things are still developing in Israel, and it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all. But in following up the previous video, there were many questions and comments about is this fulfillment of Psalm 83, or is it maybe Ezekiel 38 after all? What is going on exactly? And okay, thoughts differ, and that's okay. Some say that Psalm 83 has already been fulfilled, past tense. That's actually the comment I got most, and I don't believe so, and I will say why. I said it actually already in the previous video, but we have to look at two things in both wars that are prophesied. That's the motive, the plot, and the players, perpetrators. So Psalm 83 says that the motive of the ones involved is to cut off Israel from being a nation, that the nation of Israel may no more be in remembrance. That is what this war is about. And so what we see today with the conflict with the Palestinians is exactly that. The purpose for the Palestinians is to cut off Israel from being a nation. That is what it's about. So we see that's going on. And if we look at the players, and I listed them the other time, how these names mentioned in Psalm 83 translate to modern areas and groups, then we see that these are all still in place and against Israel. So it's not past tense. I do agree, however, that it began actually in 1948, the very next day after Israel was officially formed. On 14th of May 1948, the next day, the 15th, they were attacked. So that is when it began, and all the struggles and battles and things that followed throughout these 70 plus years are part of this, but it's not over yet. The same players are still on the scene, and the same motive is still in their minds. So I stick to with what I said, that this is what basically Psalm 83 what we see. If we look at Ezekiel 38, then we see a whole different thing. The motive there is to take a spoil, to take a prey. It speaks about silver, gold, cattle and goods, possessions, great spoil, it says in verse 13 of Ezekiel 38. So that is what that war is about, and that is here absolutely not the case today. Also the players are different. I showed them also the other time on the map. They are not those that directly surround Israel, but the nations that are further away. That are, for a large part, in control behind the scenes and funding and motivating the groups that are working at this point, but they are not directly involved. And even it may escalate and some of them may get directly involved, but still it's not this war yet because of the motive, most importantly. Much more can be said about it, but I want to keep it short. This is what we should recognize. So the plot and the players, I titled it. Yeah, other than that, it's just tragic to witness all this. And I was saying just the other day, it's actually bizarre that you can sit from the comfort of your home and watch a war going on live as it happens, from webcams, drone footage, even body cams. It's really bizarre, and of course this is so for the past 1.5 years regarding the war in Ukraine, which is also still going on, and many are dying every day. But it's tragic because both in Ukraine and in Israel, and of course in other places as well, but these are now the main stages. Many people are dying every day. And as I mentioned also the other time, the most tragic thing is that many of them are unsaved souls. This is what makes it really tragic. So this is what we should pray for. I was also reminded of a video I made in the beginning of this year in January, which is only 10 months ago. It seems like an eternity. What I was saying was just giving a word for this year, and I gave a list of words that began with a D: death, destruction, disaster, doom, also deliverance. Another one was the disclosure. And actually we've seen many, if not all of this, come to pass and still happening as I speak. Actually, less than a month after I made that video, we had this massive earthquake in Turkey and Syria, and it seems an age ago, but it was just 10 months ago, where no less than 59,000 people died. And we had more recently, a month ago, the earthquake in Morocco. Also short of 3,000 people died. And last week, and actually a few days ago, again, there were earthquakes in Afghanistan, and also there the death toll is over 1,500, and it's still climbing. So we see massive earthquakes with large number of victims, of deaths due to that. Let's not forget about the forest fires, the wildfires that have been raging all over the world. And even here, just small 2 months ago, we could watch it here from our window. There's massive fires on the mountains here. So much is going on. There is all the things actually that we would expect in the last days. We see them happening, and we should remember them, because things go so fast that we tend to forget the previous thing. When you focus so much on the war in Israel, then you would forget what's happening in Ukraine, but it's happening also. So yes, we are literally clearly in the very last days, in the last minutes, I would say. And so, as I always say, keep looking up, but also use the time to reach others, as there is still some time, because it's running out. It's running out very fast. As things develop, I will report again. I don't know when, but we'll see. But I just wanted to emphasize this difference between Ezekiel 38 and Psalm 83. So again, the plot and the players, there you see the difference. May God bless you and keep you, and keep looking up. Our redemption draws near.